With Falcon football coach Matt Walker. And Matt, the Falcons defeated UW-Stevens Point 26-15 on Saturday at Raymer Field in front of a small but wet crowd. It was a great atmosphere really out there. Could you talk a little bit about that game?
Well, it was obviously a great win for the guys and the program and everybody associated with the program, but really happy for the players. I mean, as much as they put in time and energy invested in what we're trying to do, and to come up short, so many times, and have the ups and downs that we've had recently, you felt really good for them. They deserved it. They've worked hard enough, and people that follow us have heard me say this before, but we got kids that have worked hard enough to deserve some wins, and hopefully, we're hoping that's the start of something special here. But those guys deserve it. I thought it was a good team win. I mean, you looked at it, every phase had a big hand in that. I mean, the kicking game outside the late pump block there, we had a return for the touchdown to get things going, and all the field goals to get us points on the board. I thought they did a great job. We talked a lot about winning the kick game, and I thought that happened on Saturday. Offensively, we were able to move the ball a little bit in really tough conditions offensively. You had to put up almost 400 yards in a day like that with the wetness was exciting. But I think it all started with defense again. I mean, they played so good all year defensively, and we were able to do what we did offensively and be conservative and be safe with the football and kind of just try to grind things out because we knew our defense was playing so well again. And for them to continue their dominance this season was really special, and they deserved a win. They've really played well.
Looking at the players of the week, Matt, we'll start with special teams. Freshman Robbie Flom returns a kickoff 93 yards. Couldn't come at a better time. Right after Stevens Point scores, he returns the kickoff, gets the team back in the game, momentum shifts. Talk about Robbie's play.
Yeah, it was special because, it's not a secret. It's been an interesting year for us, and to start off the game with a turnover offensively right down in there to see them score off it. I'm sure there was a little bit of, oh no, here we go again kind of thing. And for Robbie to answer like that and that whole unit to get us a touchdown on the very next kickoff was huge. And, Robbie's name keeps, if you follow our program, his name keeps popping up with stats and players of the week and making plays. He's a special player. For a freshman, he doesn't act like it. Boy, he's a gifted athlete, and he's mentally ahead of his years.
On the defensive side, safety Alex Adams had a huge game for the Falcons. 3 interceptions. The Falcons picked off 5, but he had 3 of them. Also, he had 4 tackles. Did you talk about Alex's play?
Well, it was great. I mean, he was flying around in a offensively. They kept trying to stretch the sidelines on us, and they were trying to get back in the game by throwing some hole shots down the sideline. And Alex kept doing a great job getting off the hash and made some plays for us. I mean, if you know Alex, he's the nicest kid and works as hard as anybody we got, and really deserves the success he's getting. But he those were huge. I mean, that was a huge, to get 3 interceptions in one game, no matter what level you're playing in. That's a pretty special day and something that'll go recognized, I think.
On the offensive side, running back Brad Beeskow had his career day, really. He had carried the ball just 6 times but gained 72 yards. Had a 35-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter. Also led the Falcons with 6 receptions for 39 yards. Should talk about Brad's play.
Well, I think it's a little coming out party for Brad and what he can do for this football team. And he's been a guy that's really been invested in what we're trying to do with the program since the day I got here. And you kind of saw all his skills come together. He's our best ball catcher out of the backfield. He can really make some yards after the catch. He's a really good ball carrier in space, and he was able to get free a little bit. Brad would be the first one to tell you he doesn't excel between the tackles all the time because he's a little bit light, but he does a great job when he gets in some open field. We were able to get some situations where we were getting the ball in some space, and you saw what he could do, and he was dangerous when he did, and that's exciting for us because he hadn't had the year he's wanted to have, and now hopefully this gets him going too. I'm excited for him.
Looking ahead, Matt, the Falcons go to Platteville on Saturday, a 3 o'clock start down at Pioneer Stadium. What do you know about the Pioneers?
Well, they're dangerous on offense, I'll tell you that. They pose some problems. They throw it all around the park. They're as spread out as any team that we have in our league with throwing the football. So that'll be a challenge for us to get ready for. They get in all kinds of formations and do some crazy stuff throwing the football. With that being said, they're a physical group. I mean, up front, both sides of the ball, their defense, if you watch them on film, the first thing you notice is they really fly around and they're physical and they want to hit you. And they get into a lot of different things defensively, so they make it hard for you to scheme against. And you're going up against a team that preseason ranked very highly, very respected in the country. A couple disappointing losses for them, coming off of Whitewater and Oshkosh. Be interesting, to see how they handle themselves emotionally, because they, now they had conference championship hopes and have gotten beat by the two teams leading the league right now. It'd be interesting to see how we answer emotionally coming off a win. It's for different reasons. It'll be interesting to see what the teams look like emotionally and how they handle what happened to them this previous week. But we know we're getting into a wild atmosphere. I think it's their homecoming up there, so we'll have our hands full again. It's a special thing about playing in this league. Every Saturday you're toning up against the best teams in the country, and we'll get ready to go again.
Matt, thanks for your time. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.